Hello once again, my fellow Star Trek fans. I got a really special video for you today. It seemed like a long time ago that I did the pre-order for the re-release of the AMT 1/650 scale from AMT. They actually did a re-release of the long box, and today I'm proud to show you that model. I just got it in the mail, and what we're going to do is, with this build, I'm going to make it look just like that iconic picture that's on the box. So I can't wait to get into this and show you guys what it looks like. So let's get it over to the desk where there's more light, and we'll check out the brand new release of the long box model from AMT. Alright, let's get this open. And I had gotten mine from Fabergear. Brand new. Look at that. Ah, beautiful. Alright, let's get the box out of the way. Look at that. Just like we remember from our childhood. Alright, let's take a look at the box. You can see we got the front and we got that iconic, beautiful picture. You can see the differences between this one. This one has the grid lines, whereas this one does not have grid lines on it, the retooling. You can see the AMT Classic logo, Star Trek U.S.S. Enterprise Spaceship Model Kit. And let's see, picture model shown for historic purposes only and may not match kit parts. That's important to know. So I think what I want to do with this one is I would actually like to recreate this picture. We can make the model, and then we can kind of light it to look exactly like this, and then we can put our model on the background, superimposed. So let's take a look at the sides of the box. You can see super upper primary hull design, smooth upper primary hull design. You can see the Round 2 Corporation, Henderson Beater, is that Connecticut? South Bend, Indiana. Oh, I'm sorry, that's 4073 Megan Beeler Court. And that's in South Bend, Indiana. Cement not included with kit. Build the Star Trek kits from AMT. Okay. You can see this iconic picture of the Enterprise and the Klingon D7. That's what we're working on now, incidentally. Looking at the ends of the box, you can see this is kit number AMT 1296-12. And this is the long box issue. Now, AMT has also issued the original box in the from 1966. They put it in the original packaging, and that's pretty cool. I have shown you guys the collector tin that I have for that model kit. Both ends of the box are the same. And when you look at the side of the box, one of the best ways to tell if you're looking for this online and you're looking for the original 1968 version of the long box, one way to tell right off the bat is when you look, this black box will have as seen on NBC TV on it. And that's, you'll know this will be the original with the lights. And it'll have the Sard collectors that are in clear plastic, and it'll have the lights for the bridge area and the sensor area. Later editions of that kit would have this just black with nothing in it. And that would be, they would go back, they would still have the long box release, but it would go back to the solid plastic. There would be no lights at all. So this is the other side of the box. We have Captain Kirk, and we've got Mr. Spock, these iconic pictures. And one of my favorite things is made litho in USA. Okay, now we look at the back of the box, and you can see they got different pictures. The original release had nothing on the back. You can see the iconic AMT with the Star Trek logo. And you can see Space, the Final Frontier. These immortal words, first uttered on national television on Thursday, September 6, 1966, ushered in a new era of television entertainment. Accompanied by the familiar notes of the opening theme, this narration transports us in a wave of nostalgia back to the days when we could gather in front of the TV every Thursday night to witness the exploits of the intrepid crew of the Starship Enterprise. Now you can relive the thrill of future space exploration by building this classic plastic model kit of the U.S.S. Enterprise you loved in your youth. I'll show you a picture of the finished model. Accurate Waterslide Decals, sticker sheet, both feature all markings and window options in black or white. The ship is 18 inches long and it has that dome base with the metal stand. And some of the features: glue together assembly, modeling glue not included, smooth saucer surface, domed base with metal support rod, molded in gray with clear parts, water slide decals, and sticker sheet included. Illustrated instructions included. And you can see it's got the smooth upper surface on the primary hull. And this is in 1/650 scale. Again, this is kit number AMT 1296/12. And this was released in 2022. You see round 2, StarTrek.com. So, without further ado, let me show you guys what's in this awesome kit. I will put up all the instructions. We're going to put up all the parts. I'm going to show you what this kit comes with. I can tell right off the bat that this model, the box is different. It feels a little more substantial. The original box was pretty thin. It's funny, not too many model companies actually go out of their way to model kits for us Star Trek fans, and AMT has just been fantastic, as has Round 2 and Polar Lights. They've just done everything for us. Alright, let's open up this box and get to this beautiful kit. Put that over there. Alright, one thing that's really noticeable is that this is molded in gray, whereas the original was molded in plastic. I'm going to do a history on the long box versions, but for the kit itself, it was actually modeled in white at one time. It was modeled in the darker gray. It was modeled in blue, and it was modeled in the lighter gray. So you can see there are different colors over the years. And we just got that iconic piece that I just get giddy when I open up a kit and see that. Alright, let's open this up. Get right to that gorgeous bridge. And there are people out there that complain about this not being accurate to the actual filming model. I don't agree with you. If you want accuracy, Polar Lights makes the Enterprise models that are just spot on to the Smithsonian model, the filming model used. This has a charm all its own. The teardrop, the proportions are different, but this is from my childhood. This is what I remember the Enterprise models looking like. Again, if you want accuracy, go for the Polar Lights. If you want nostalgia, we go to the AMT. And I'm going to make this one to look exactly like what's on the box, but that was originally molded in white plastic, so we're going to paint this. And I know that the filming model was gray, but I want to make it look exactly like what's on the box. Look at that. You see that one time they had the green clear plastic that would go on to represent the bridge, and you got the turbo lift, and you got B and C decks. Just beautiful. And again, they did away with the grid lines. All right, what's next? We got the bottom of the primary hull. And looks like we got some writing. 2011 CBS Studios, round 2. And I can't make out what that says on the bottom in black. Let's see, it says 2002 CBS Studios, 2002 Round 2 Corporation, made in China, all rights reserved, manufacturing location, Dunguan, Guangdong. And this was made on November 25th, 2021, A1. Huh, so that's interesting. And look at the bottom, you can see, similar to the model. I'm surprised they never did away with these little dimples, because I never knew what they were supposed to signify. When I was a kid, I thought maybe they could have been where the photon torpedoes come out, but the torpedoes actually come out at the bottom where the sensor dome area is. So I'm kind of surprised they kept that, but again, this is part of the charm of the kit. And you can see the rings around the sensor dome area, and you can see where the saucer pylon will connect. Nice. You can see the windows molded. And again, that's nice and smooth. And what else we got? You can see we've got that base. This is actually, wow, this is actually a huge base. This looks like it actually the same size, if not bigger, than the one with the 1/350 scale on the prize that I had done. Yeah, this is like for the 1/350 scale. Really nice, big. And I think what we could do is, I've done the auto destruct of the U.S.S. Enterprise for you guys in the past in 1/1000 scale. And what I had done for the first time is I actually painted the dome base to look like the planet Genesis, like it was going into orbit. I think what I'm going to do with this one is we'll make Earth. This will be Earth, just like what's on the box, just for display purposes. So again, that's like the 1/350 scale base. And let's see if we got the, let me get the rod out to show you guys. And this is solid. There's no way to run wires through it. But I don't think we're going to light this one. I do love lighting my models, but we're going to make it look just like on the box. Alright, let's get that back in. And put that to the side for a minute. Now we get to the wonderful secondary hull. And I love that they brought this back. All right, we got the secondary hull, or engineering hull. You can see where the windows are marked. And we got the saucer pylon. You can see again where the windows are marked. And one thing I really notice is that the model is, the plastic is very, very much thinner than the original. The original release, the plastic was very thick and durable. And this is, you can bend this pretty easily. Another thing, if you guys are wondering about the original release, they didn't have the little chambers to slide the Bussard collectors in. What they had was, the end of this would be open. When the Bussard collector would come through, there would be an opening, a rectangle opening, and then they would have these little pieces that would go through the opening, and that would be glued into place to keep the nacelles in place. But they've done away with that, where they just have the rectangle chambers where you just slide the nacelle in. You can see the bottom of the ship. Back to where the shuttle bay is going to be. Do they have the markings for the lights? I don't think so. No. But nice. Alright, that's the secondary hull, our engineering hull. You can see where the rod is going to go to support the ship. And let's see. This is a real trip, guys. Check it out. Remember that awful stand where no matter what you did, or if it was on your bureau, when you go to close your drawer, the ship falls off? If you didn't glue it on. I never glued it on to the stand because I like to take it off and play with it. But they actually included this in the kit. They always did. Even the glow-in-the-dark Enterprise has the option of using this, where you can do it as the Defiant, but they actually, that's before they had the dome base with the rod. And check out the deflector dish. And see, you can almost see through the plastic. It's very thin compared to what the original was. We got the deflector dish housing. And again, we're going to make it look just like on the box. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be like bringing me back to my childhood. And I've butchered so many of these kits over the years, from over gluing it to melting everything. So hopefully this will make it look just like the box, and this will be the best version I ever made. Also, differences in the kit is the Bassard collectors and the housings around the Bassard collectors. The original kit had the I don't know what they're called, the vents, or the bars that come across the bottom. They were actually attached, whereas this, it's two pieces. So you would put this on to the nacelle, and then you would glue those other pieces on. You can see the shuttle bay doors. Beautiful. Very nice. Is that everything in this bag? Yep. And speaking of the nacelles, we've got the nacelles in this bag. Alright, so let's look at this tree. And this looks like it has the port side nacelle. You can tell because of the little grills that are on the inside. And you can see the ends, the end caps, and the little balls. And that's the filming production model. Whereas the pilots had the different shapes. One had the like rectangle pieces, and the other one had the dots. And it looks like we have the impulse engines. Very nice. Alright, put that aside. And it looks like the last parts tree in the kit. You see there's quite a bit of flash on this one. Look at how it went into the mold. A lot of it came out, but that's okay. That'll come off really easy. But that's the pieces that I was telling you about. I'm not quite sure exactly what these pieces are called on the ship, but before they used to be automatically one piece with the Bassard collectors. And this would be the starboard side nacelle. You can see the inner chiller grills. Nice. You just never get tired, at least I never get tired of opening up this kit and checking it out. Now, there's a lot of flash we gotta fix on this one. And is that it for this bag? Yes. Alright, what's next? We have the clear parts. Yep, let me show you guys the clear parts. And in the past, the clear parts molded in plastic were always that green, and they actually have them now where they're actually clear. You can see the bridge, and you got the sensor dome and the little phaser cannon that's on the bottom. So these are in clear now. Well, they were always clear, but they're not in green. They're molded in just translucent, transparent, clear plastic. All right, and that brings us to, we've got the instructions. U.S.S. Enterprise. And again, it looks so far just like it did in the re-release with the original packaging. Alright. So we've got the front, and then we go to those iconic instructions that just seem to be such an important part of my life anyway. I just love these. Make sure you can see them. Read this before you begin. Look over the instruction sheet carefully before you begin building. Follow the assembly instructions and test fit parts without cementing. This will familiarize you with the location of the parts. Of course, I know this model by heart, as many of you guys out there do. AMT kits are molded from the finest high-impact styrene plastic. Use only paint and cement made for styrene. Trim excess plastic from parts before joining. Use enough cement to join the parts, and carefully not to smear cement on exposed surfaces, and that's when I was a kid, that's what I always did. Built accordingly to the instructions on this sheet, you should have no trouble assembling your kit. Each part is identified by the part number. Follow the step numbers in black circles for order of assembly. And you can see we start with the bridge. We put it onto the top of the primary hull. It attaches to the bottom, and we put the sensor dome on, so there's really not too much. So, be a little bit easier to light too. I want to light it so bad. You know what, we may light it and still make it look like the box, I'm not sure. We got the impulse engines that are going to go back onto the aft end of the primary hull. And we've got the, it says the flight deck. You can see the shuttle bay in the lower hull. The formation of the secondary hull, you had the three pieces, the two halves of the top that go onto the bottom. And you can see it says hull end cap. This is the deflector dish housing. That's relatively straightforward. And we go on to assembly step number 2. And you can see the power unit caps, the ends of the nacelles. You can see the coolers, and then power strut with a nacelle pylon. And let's see, what does it call? Nope, it doesn't have a name for that part, but you can see how it goes on the bottom. Whereas the older kits, that was all molded in one piece. And the Bassard collectors are solid plastic, so we won't be able to light them, not with the parts from this kit. The original release of the long box did have these molded in clear orange plastic, so they could be lit. And finally, the assembly 3. Apply decals as shown, box illustration, and it's going on a stand, and you can see the deflector dish going on, and it does have the paint guide. So we've got light ghost gray, dark ghost gray, gunship gray, stoplight red metallic, copper red, chrome silver, clear red, and clear green. Looking at clear green would be for the bridge and the sensor dome area. If we're going to make it exactly like the model box, we're going to have that green. But those are the instructions. And let's put these over here for now. All right, we've got the decal placement sheet. Cut decal from the sheet, soak water in lukewarm water. Soak decal in lukewarm water. Remove from water and allow decal to float on the backing paper. Slide decal off and into position on the model. Blot out the excess water with a cotton swab, small paintbrush, a paper towel, and allow decal to dry. And is this one sheet that opens up? Looks like that. Yep. So there you can see the placement plans. 2022 CBS. A note about the window decals. This kit of the U.S.S. Enterprise is manufactured using vintage AMT tooling. This original tooling includes raised edges of the ship's surface, which indicate the edges of the windows. The modeler has the option of painting in these windows, as indicated by the raised edges, for a more vintage look, or sanding down the raised edges and using a more accurate decals instead. You can see the top of the primary hull and the grills that go on to the nacelle pylons. And you can see the bottom of the ship. And we got the sides and the head-on look and the rear view. Nice. All right. So we got those, and what's left? Just the decals. And these are Waterslide decals. We don't have the peel and stick option for this kit. I don't know what the box was saying. This doesn't have the option. This is just Waterslide decals. And this is only for the Enterprise. In the past, they've given different decals where you can do the different ships, but this one only has the U.S.S. Enterprise. Kind of like following the original kit. You see those beautiful markings that go on the side of the secondary hull. You can see the windows. Look at the impulse engines. And the assorted markings that go on the bottom of the primary hull. And of course we have the nacelle markings. And the iconic NCC-1701 that goes on the top of the primary hull. And this goes on the bottom. And these go near the rear where the impulse engine deck is. And you can see the grids that are going to go on. And we got the markings that go underneath the Bussard collectors on each nacelle. Nice. And you got those red curves that go on the bottom of the aft end of the primary hull. Very nice. And this will go on the spine of the back that leads up to the saucer pylon. Nice. Okay, so I think that's everything. So that's everything in the box of this awesome kit. It says accurate decals and stickers included. It's only Waterslide decals. It doesn't. This one did not come with the actual peel and stick sheet. The other ones did, but this one did not. And again, you can see the finished model. See, it looks great, but that's not what I want mine to look like. I want mine to look like the vintage one on the box. So let's bring that closer, because this is what I want for a finished model. So my friends, if you were curious about the brand new AMT long box release of the U.S.S. Enterprise of 1/650 scale, I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, when we do the build, we're going to do it like this, exactly like that. And we're going to see if we can make it look like the box of the filming model. And again, that's a totally different model. That one was from the 60s, a different mold. The plastic was a lot thicker. And of course it came modeled in white. And it actually looks like white. I don't know if they painted it ghost gray. But I'm actually going to do some research into this picture and see what I come up with, and I will share it with you guys. But my friends, that's what was in the kit, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And until my next video, my fellow Star Trek fans, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.